So in Florida, all cases are required to go to mediation if you are unable to reach an agreement among yourselves. So as a part of the process, after discovery has been completed and each party is satisfied with the disclosures that they have received, typically at this point, you're ready to attend mediation. So when you go to mediation, mediation is an informal process where you have a neutral third party that facilitates communication between the two parties and the parties' attorneys if they are represented. The whole goal of mediation is to give you control of the situation. When you go to court, you lose that control. You're putting your fate in the hands of a person that doesn't know your situation. And I tell everyone, nobody knows what is best for you and your family other than you, no matter what. So mediation provides you with the ability to know a concrete outcome when you're walking out the door. So at mediation, the mediator will go back and forth between the parties, relaying different offers about different things depending on what the issues are in your case. And essentially you go back and forth until you find a middle ground where everyone can agree that will work for both of them. So with litigation, essentially that means that you and the other party are not able to come to an agreement. So now you have to turn to the judge for the judge to determine what the outcome should be in your case. The downside to litigation is that litigation comes with a price. It is a lot more costly to litigate your case than it is for you to mediate. When you go to mediation, essentially at that point, if you are able to come to an agreement, you will walk out of there with an agreement that day. Both parties will sign. It will be over. So then the only step left in the process is to take that to final hearing and essentially have the judge sign off on it. So then you are finished. If you're not able to do that, then at that point, the gloves come off and it's time to really gear up for the battle. When you're preparing for litigation, essentially at this point, your attorney should be compiling whatever evidence they're going to need to prove whatever it is that is going to be the best outcome for you. This takes a lot of time. This takes a lot of attention. So the more time that's spent, the more costly that becomes. Whereas if you had settled at mediation, obviously you're going to be able to avoid that cost. As a part of the process, mediation takes place after the exchange of the financial disclosures. So that usually happens. It's different for every single case, but usually within the first few months after a case has been filed. So if you go to mediation, you're able to come to an agreement. It can be done relatively quickly. After that, if you are not able to obtain an agreement at mediation and you are going to have to go to trial, at that point, you're kind of at the mercy of the court on how long it takes. It depends on their particular schedules, how far out they're scheduling. And in most cases, it's usually going to be 4 to 6 months, maybe sometimes a year, just depending on that judge's calendar. So in Florida, mediation is required. So whether or not you feel that you'll be able to come to an agreement with the party isn't really relevant. The judge is going to order you to go either way. So even if you feel like the other party, there's no way that they're going to agree to whatever it is that you want, you're still going to have to go. So in most cases, most mediators are going to charge you like a minimum of 2 hours. So we tell all of our clients, go put it forward your best effort to try to see where you're going to go for the 2 hours because you're going to be paying for it anyway. And then if within that 2 hours you say that it's not going to happen, leave. You've met your requirement, so you're able to move forward to trial at that point. If you have any questions about the mediation process or litigation or what may happen with your case, we're happy to discuss that with you at Cooper & Cooper, PA.